The curse known as the Curse of the Pharaoh, which is often referred to as King Tut's curse, is one of the most well-known curses in the world. Myths have been going about ever since the tomb of King Tutankhamun was found in the Valley of the Kings in Egypt. These myths claim that anyone who had the audacity to disturb the final resting place of the youthful king would be subject to a dreadful curse. On November 4th, 1922, a young lad from the United Kingdom who was working for an excavation team commanded by an archaeologist. To get home, Howard Carter is riding his donkey when all of a sudden the animal stuff appeared one night, enters a hole that is located beneath the sand. In a later excavation, Carter and his team uncover the tomb, as well as uncover a hidden cavern at the site, concealed by the changing sands far inside the depths. While looking inside, they take a look at what they see, perhaps one of the most remarkable archaeological discoveries throughout history. An enormous treasure trove consisting of gold and artifacts made of ebony, all arranged in front of an additional chamber that is protected by two imposing sculptures and accompanied by a complex closure mechanism, the mixture of clay and knots made from rope. A tomb that has been missing for a very long time. Without a doubt, it was an absolutely fantastic discovery. All throughout the world, the discovery generated major news and, in a way, really kind of grabbed the globe, the imagination of the public at the perfect moment. It is time. The majority of the other tombs that have been discovered, those of the ancient Egyptians that have been discovered, Pharaoh's, King Tut's tomb, was not disturbed in any way. It had not been pillaged, nor had it been assaulted or destroyed. Hence, there is a large amount of extensive amounts of archaeological data, in addition to, simply put, a breathtaking exhibition of artifacts. Following an almost 3-month period of time, an inventory of more than 5,000 relics was discovered within the antechamber of the tomb house. The 16th of February, 1923. Despite this, it was just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The members of the press get together in the afternoon to watch as Howard Carter defies the odds and ultimately breaks a seal, the guardianship of the burial chamber of King Tut, which had been supposed to remain alone for a long time, over 3,000 years of civilization. Carter began the process of excavating the burial site, the chamber located within the tomb of Tutankhamun, and he discovered the tunic's burial in its entirety, something that was common and fundamentally contained inside of 9 levels of defense. The sarcophagus is not only exceedingly ornate, but it also has gold inlay with valuable stones, and it's got those. On top of that, there are other layers of it before, at this point, you have reached the central layer, which is the mummy of the king, as one may expect, Tutankhamun, the individual. Carter started the process of uncovering the mummy about Tutankhamun, extracted the funerary mask of death, and proceeded to make his way through the various bandages from the mummy, as well as the bundle in and of itself. He was able to see the portrait of Tutankhamun that had not been seen by anyone before, any surviving individual, for close to 300 to 500 years. Therefore, in a sense, the unlocking of the tomb of Tutankhamun represents a resurrection, because, as you can see, if somebody lives in Egypt, if his name of him is forgotten, then belief is lost. Because it is not mentioned, many are unaware of it, people he is considered to be dead in Egyptian terms. Subsequently to this, they will only continue to exist for as long as they are recalled by many. The unearthing of the mummy of King Tut stimulated a frenzy of media coverage across the globe, generating publicity in every major worldwide newspaper. But Howard was the only one who was just getting started for Carter and his squad, delighting in their achievements, when several unusual things began to occur to them. That evening, Howard Carter is having a conversation with his meal, and there is a ruckus in the kitchen, the following room. When he walks in, his pet canary is getting groomed. Within its enclosure, it was attacked by a king cobra. The king cobra is now understood to be a symbol for the canary and a pharaoh. These are the symbols that represent the first to leave. Is the canary bird. It is the canary, the most vulnerable, and a cautionary tale. Subsequently, Lord Carnarvon, the banker, appeared. A portion of the entire expedition was present, both at the site and then, while they were doing inventory, the priceless ones. After a few days have passed, he is bitten by a mosquito. Nick causes the bump to occur by accident with his razor. The lump has become infected, which results in toxicity of the blood, and he passes away as a result of it. It was revealed that a prominent British radiologist conducted an X-ray of King Tut soon after he had finished handling the mummy, acquired an illness that was unknown and could not be explained, diagnosed, or treated, and it caused his death. All of the deaths of no one is told to kill him, a smaller number of Howard's members than 7. It wasn't long before Carter's expedition took place. Because Tutankhamun's tomb was reopened, housing for the dead, although that was without a doubt, their premature deaths probably involved nothing more than a series of coincidences. They were under the impression that by disrupting King Tut's tomb, archaeologists who discovered the mummies in some way caused the onset of a fatal curse. The ancient Egyptians believed that death was not the end. On the other hand, in order to ensure eternal life, you were required to take care of your physical body for the future soul in order for it to be able to operate effectively. That is the plan that the mummy's curse has in mind for those individuals emerging from their graves. If you upset these Egyptians, they said, you would have a problem if you were a mummy. As well as individuals who have found those, in the end, words ended up dying in several peculiar ways. What else could be a curse if it isn't? Why should there be a curse? When did the curse first appear in the world? In 1922, when Tut's tomb was found and opened to the public, it was a significant archaeological event. As stated by Randy, the head of the excavation crew, Howard Carter, spread the rumor that a curse had been placed upon anyone who violated the rest of the Boy King. This was done in order to keep the press at bay, while also providing them with a sensational aspect with which to deal. Carter did not come up with the concept of a cursed tomb. Nevertheless, he did use it to his advantage to prevent trespassers from entering his groundbreaking find. The tombs of all royalty, not just Tutankhamun's, were claimed to carry the same curse and had been opened without any negative consequences. This was the case even though the tombs of all monarchies had been opened. When it came to attempting to deter potential grave thieves by threatening them with the wrath of the supernatural, Howard Carter was by no means the first person to do this. Indeed, a well-known author proposed a curse that was extremely similar to this one. Good friend, for the love of God, please refrain from digging up the dust that has encircled you. All praise be to the man who spares these stones, and all praise be to the man who moves my bones. There is an inscription written by William Shakespeare that dates back to 1616. It reads, "Blessed be the man that spares these stones, and cursed be he that moves my bones." Shakespeare, who is often considered to be the most famous dramatist in the world, did not intend to be dramatic when he wrote these words. Instead, he was attempting to prevent what he wanted to avoid, which was something that neither his reputation nor his riches could stop: grave robbers digging up his cremated remains. These so-called anatomists did not crave the body of the bard out of spite or hate. Rather, they desired it for research, to sell it to medical professionals for use in educational settings. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let us know what you think and what you'd like to see next. Your support helps the channel grow.